Talk about Sophie Cunningham making some comments about WNBA fans, what she believes fans may not have right about WNBA players, and how a lot of fans feel about, I would assume, hard plays, aggressive plays. I'm not quite sure.
The WNBA thought it was safe. It thought its biggest star was untouchable. Then, the numbers dropped, delivered by a legend, proving Caitlin Clark's exit isn't just a possibility, it's a financial inevitability. An undeniable truth has emerged, confirming the writing is on the wall. Forget loyalty, this is about astronomical money that will reshape women's basketball forever, and one star's future now sits clearly outside the WNBA's grasp. Sophie Cunningham's recent controversial comments only highlight the turbulent waters the league is navigating, adding fuel to an already explosive situation that could push key players toward the nearest exit.
Last year had volunteered to join the Fever as Caitlin Clark's enforcer. And that's Angel McCoughtry. She played in the league forever. She's 39 years old now. And really good player. I mean, a 6-time All-Star, 2-time scoring champ. Averaged 18.6 points a game in her career. And she makes some comments about Project B that's very interesting. And I think she's saying the quiet part out loud, that some players may forego the dub.
The seismic shift comes from a shadowy new entity, Project B, poised to disrupt the entire landscape of women's professional basketball. This isn't just another league. It's an economic earthquake, promising sums that dwarf anything the WNBA has ever offered. Forget the incremental raises and contract negotiations. Project B is swinging for the fences, aiming to lure away the very best talent with unfathomable wealth. Its emergence threatens to spark an exodus, a mass departure of players seeking life-changing financial security, starting with the league's most marketable assets.
WNBA, not unrivaled, the W, in order to play in this new league. She also squashes the myth about, players have talked about, I want to be able to stay in the States. I don't want to go overseas, blah, blah, blah. She says that's kind of BS. That sounds like a negotiating tactic is what it is. So, Sophie Cunningham, let's check this out.
I'm not just speaking for myself. I think I'm speaking on behalf of probably the whole league, that when people see us competing and trying to fight to do anything it takes to win, because this is a hard league.
Former WNBA All-Star and true legend Angel McCoughtry didn't just hint at this. She laid out the cold, hard facts with stark clarity. Her insights are a devastating blow to the WNBA's narrative, revealing the harsh economic reality players face when choosing where to play. McCoughtry, who even volunteered to be Caitlin Clark's enforcer last season, speaks from experience, having seen the league's financial limitations firsthand throughout her storied career. She pulls back the curtain, exposing the chasm between current pay and the future being dangled before these athletes.
Sophie Cunningham, let's check this out.
I'm not just speaking for myself. I think I'm speaking on behalf of probably the whole league, that when people see us competing and trying to fight to do anything it takes to win, because this is a hard league, that they automatically think that's what you're like off the court. People need to get to know us players more, and I think if they do, they fall in love with us. And so not judging the competitive side of us compared to our off court.
Just wondering, do fans do that? Because I don't. I'd never one time have I seen somebody's play and been like, they must be real nasty off the court. They must be real.
The contrast in earnings is nothing short of breathtaking. Consider the WNBA max contract, a mere $90,000 for top-tier players, a figure that barely registers in the world of professional sports. Now juxtapose that with Project B's proposed minimum salary, a staggering $2 million. This isn't a small bump. It's an astronomical leap, an almost 22-fold increase for even an end-of-the-bench player. This single figure exposes the WNBA's inability to compete, making any loyalty appear financially irresponsible for athletes with short careers.
On what else does the player got going on off the court? Do they take basketball seriously, or do they want to be a celebrity influencer? Well, you know what I'm talking about, right? So I thought that was interesting and that you guys would want to see that. Let's go over here. This is the Good Follow podcast. Hell, go subscribe. It looks like it's relatively new. The lady on the left is Angel McCoughtry. Like I said, we're talking about a real force in the league. 5-time All-Star, 2 times.
But the money doesn't stop at salaries. Project B sweetens the deal with something unheard of in established leagues: equity. Players aren't just earning a paycheck, they're getting a slice of the pie, a chance to own a piece of a league that could explode in value. This forward-thinking approach transforms athletes from employees into stakeholders, aligning their long-term financial interests directly with the league's growth. It's an irresistible proposition for players seeking generational wealth far beyond anything traditional WNBA contracts can offer.
And how that's going to, she gives you a perspective of how players are going to look at this money, and you can tell from her reaction, it's like, whoa, that's a whole different level of cash we're talking about.
The max was $90,000.
I mean, even just say, like, you haven't been playing the league for, what, 1-2 years or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's just even talk now. You're a current
Okay, I'm a current player.
These players are making max $250.
Now I'm making $250, then $90. And let's see, $5 million, $2 million. I mean, guys, you do the math. Who's going to turn that down? And then I have a chance to have equity in this league.
McAtree didn't mince words when asking the question on everyone's mind. If you're going to get paid $5 million, why put your body through playing in the damn WNBA? This isn't just rhetoric. It's a fundamental challenge to the WNBA's value proposition. Why endure the grueling schedule, the physical toll, and the relatively meager pay when an alternative offers such overwhelming financial security? Her blunt assessment forces every WNBA player, especially those with market-moving star power, to reevaluate their priorities.
50, then 90. And let's see, $5 million, $2 million. I mean, guys, you do the math. Who's going to turn that down? And then I have a chance to have equity in this league, and this league could possibly grow. I mean, Project B, aka Project B, let's get it.
Yeah.
You know,
feels like common sense almost.
It feels like it is common sense. I mean, honestly, I see a lot of girls. If you're going to get paid $5 million, why put your body through playing in the WNBA? Is that that's what I see coming?
Well, here's the another aspect of this too. I thought the whole trend and point of some of these new leagues popping up was that the trend was going, players wanted to stay home in the U.S. And so that's an advantage that, like,
Adding insult to injury, McCoughtry completely shatters the long-held myth that WNBA players prefer to stay in the United States. For years, the narrative has been spun that players prioritize being home, making leagues like unrivaled attractive. But McCoughtry calls it BS. This manufactured preference, she explains, is largely a negotiating tactic, a convenient story that ignores the real priority, truly life-changing money. The truth is, players will travel, and they will go anywhere for the right price.
You're fixing to see a lot of surprising names, I have a feeling, sign up for this league, because they think the W's going to 850 or 1 million. Okay, well, what do you think they would pay Asia Wilson? 8 million, 10 million a year, so 8 to 10 times more than they're paying now. Caitlin Clark, 15 million, 20 million, 25 million. I mean, I don't know. People seem to get offended when I bring that. Why? Why wouldn't you?
McCoughtry speaks from deeply personal experience, recounting her best years overseas in places like Istanbul, Turkey. She vividly describes a vibrant life of great food, rich culture, and legendary parties that run until 7 a.m. on off days, followed by breakfast. This isn't a sacrifice. It's a lifestyle upgrade. The idea of playing in Europe, Asia, or even Africa, combining travel with high-level basketball and massive pay, is presented not as a burden, but the life. It completely reframes the overseas option. This revelation from a respected WNBA veteran demolishes the carefully crafted narrative pushed by current players and league officials. The notion that players want to stay home just because is exposed as a convenient fallacy. As McCautry shows, the dollar amount changes everything. It's no longer about where you play, but how much you're paid to do it. The WNBA's leverage based on geography evaporates in the face of Project B's financial might. And the disparity isn't just between the WNBA and Project B. It dwarfs new domestic alternatives like Unrivaled, which offers players around $250,000. Project B's minimum of $2 million is 9 times that. A player could earn the equivalent of 9 unrivaled seasons, or many WNBA max seasons, in a single year. With Project B, the scale of investment is a complete game changer, leaving no realistic path for smaller competitors to contend for top talent. When an end-of-the-bench player can command a minimum salary of $2 million, the implications for bona fide superstars are staggering. The WNBA's entire pay structure, and even its long-term survival, comes into question. Who fills the rosters of players of every caliber can secure life-changing deals elsewhere? This threatens to hollow out the league, leaving it stripped of the star power and excitement that draw fans in the first place. A direct pathway to its ultimate demise if changes aren't swift and dramatic. Now, let's talk about the true game changers. If an average player can pull $2 million, what about the titans of the WNBA? McCautry speculates that a star like Aya Wilson could command $8 million, perhaps even $10 million a year from Project B. This isn't just more money, it's 8 to 10 times her current WNBA earnings. Such figures aren't just enticing, they represent a moral imperative for agents and players to consider, forcing a profound reevaluation of their career paths. And then there's Caitlin Clark, the biggest name in women's basketball, a transcended talent whose arrival galvanized the WNBA. McCautry's projections for Clark are jaw-dropping: $15 million, $20 million, even $25 million per year. These aren't just numbers, they're a statement. A scale of wealth that would reshape her life and legacy far beyond anything the WNBA, in its current financial state, could ever hope to offer. Her exit would be a devastating blow to the league. To put Clark's potential Project B earnings into perspective, consider her massive Nike deal. With even a conservative estimate of $20 million annually from Project B, she could earn twice her expected Nike income in just 3 years. This level of financial security, earned through playing basketball, is unprecedented and irresistible. It highlights the WNBA's fundamental problem. It cannot provide a comparable financial future for its most valuable assets, pushing them to explore external opportunities. This stay in the country, argument championed by players like Nafisa Collier and Breanna Stewart for Unrivaled, is exposed as a smokescreen. McCautry's candid remarks confirm what many suspected. It's not about staying put. It's about the money. The idea that players would forego millions to play in the U.S. when lucrative and enjoyable overseas opportunities abound is now undeniably revealed as a false narrative, a convenient fiction designed to mask the underlying financial issues within the domestic league. Amidst this looming financial crisis, another controversy adds to the WNBA's woes: Sophie Cunningham's inflammatory comments about fans. She suggested fans wrongly judge players solely on their aggressive on-court play, failing to see their true off-court personalities. While she argued for understanding her tone, and implied criticism of the fan base sparked significant backlash. This misstep highlights an underlying disconnect between players and the very audience crucial for the league's survival, further destabilizing its foundation. Cunningham's argument implies Fans mistakenly equate competitive on-court aggression with the player's off-court character. She believes if fans truly knew them, they'd fall in love. However, she draws a crucial distinction. Dirty play is different. If a player is truly dirty, underhanded in their approach, that does reflect on their character. This nuance is critical, but her initial blanket statement risked alienating a fan base already grappling with perceptions of the league, adding another layer of friction and discontent. The line between hustle plays and aggressive defense versus dirty play is exactly where the controversy lies for fans. While Sophie might believe fans misunderstand intensity, many spectators possess a keen eye for genuine, unsportsmanlike conduct. Her comments risk brushing aside legitimate fan concerns rather than fostering deeper connection. This internal divide between how players perceive themselves and how they are viewed publicly only exacerbates the league's image problems, driving away potential supporters. The confluence of these factors, the astronomical financial pull of Project B, the shattering of the stay-home myth, and the internal strife highlighted by player-fan controversies create a perfect storm. It's an environment where leaving the WNBA for unprecedented riches becomes not just a viable option but the overwhelmingly logical choice for any athlete, especially those with the star power to command top dollar. The league is now battling on multiple fronts, with its most valuable assets seemingly destined for other ventures. The WNBA faces an existential threat. Unlike anything in its history, can it adapt, drastically improve player compensation, and mend its internal divisions to retain its brightest stars? Or will the siren song of multi-million-dollar contracts and global travel prove too powerful, leading to a mass exodus that leaves the league a shell of its former self? The imminent departure of players like Caitlin Clark, driven by irresistible financial realities, isn't just a possibility. It feels like an unavoidable reality, confirmed by the numbers poised to rewrite the future of women's basketball forever.